Hello again. It is me. Back for December video with a mere 3 days to spare. Might have to cut this video randomly. I'm on call this week, so if I get a call, this weekend's been pretty the opposite of busy. So hopefully I don't. But I've come prepared this time. I have a list of topics to go over. This is the little journal I used when I was like studying for the CCNA. Super cool. Not a whole lot of useful info in here anymore, unfortunately. But anyways, so I did not rewatch last video, so I'm not sure what I said, but little summary of basically what's a little December summary, I guess. Not much. Not much has happened. Car meet wise, I haven't done very much. At least I don't think I have. If I did, I don't remember it. I think there was maybe no, actually, yeah, I haven't done really anything. I did a couple weekends ago drive down to Corpus for they had a drift event thing. It was like Drift Corpus, and they had a little drift event. I drove down there for that, and then there was like a pre-meet in the morning that I went to as well, and they're both pretty fun actually. The pre-meet had some crazy cars. It specifically there was a single GT3 RS there, which I've seen that car before, but seeing one in Corpus was kind of crazy. I didn't expect that. And then there was also a Lotus Exige that showed up, the like pre-facelift one, and it had like a full like aero kit on it. I don't know what the brand was. I don't know if it was like Voltex or something. It did have a Voltex wing as well, but insane looking car. It's already like tiny as is, but just with all the extra bits on there, I was like, holy shit, dude, it's a car. And then the drift event was pretty cool too. I haven't really been to like a drift event per se, but I've been to car meets where they're doing car festivals, GTR Fest and Fuel Fest, where they had like drifting going around like in the background. And that was pretty cool. So it was mostly the same as that, except it was it's like really grassroots. I guess I think I wasn't the only person there. There were a bunch of people there, but it was, in terms of like spectators, I think there was like 5 or 6 spectators, and then the rest of the people there were just drifting, or they were like part of the crew. So I guess they would be spectators too. But it was really cool, and everyone was really friendly, and the drifting was pretty cool too. It was a bunch of 350Zs and stuff, and then there was an R34 coupe. That was not coupe, sorry, sedan, 4-door. That was drifting around. That was pretty cool. And then there was also somebody there in a Toyota Chaser. That was pretty sick. They were actually like, they were driving that fucking thing. It was crazy. I didn't get any videos of it. I got a bunch of pictures, and they look good, but I didn't get any videos, and I should have, because that guy was killing it, man. Like, he was just huge fucking clouds behind him. It was sick. But I think that's mostly it for stuff outside of work. In regards to work, technically not any huge updates, but significant updates, if that makes sense. So a week or two, I think it's like two maybe 3 weeks ago, I had a meeting with our network engineer, or network engineer manager. He's also the only network engineer, so he is his own manager. There used to be another network engineer, not anymore though, and he's also the field service manager now. So he's just kind of a lot. But I shadowed him for a while, like a year ago or something, when I was first like getting into networking, and I had another meeting with them yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, just to kind of go over. I really just wanted to see like where, because I know like I have an idea of where I'm at right now, and then I have an idea of where I want to be eventually, and it's just that distance in between. I don't know what's there, and I also don't know how big that distance is, and so I had a meeting to just kind of go over that, like, hey, this is where I think I'm at. This is where I want to be. Where do you think what's the main thing there? And that's basically what we went over. I told him he can't say everything. When I asked him, or when I said that to him, but that was the first thing he said was everything. But it looks like experience is mostly what I'm missing, and that, yeah, kind of makes sense because maybe it's just because of the company that I work at, but a lot of the like the material and the stuff that I covered in like the CCNA and all that when I was studying for it, a lot of that I don't actually use on like a daily basis. Obviously because I'm not a network engineer, but also just because of the nature of like any network related tickets that come in, they're typically just it's issues. It's not like configurations or settings. Anytime we might have to do anything like that, it would be for like a third party vendor. If they like for instance, they have like there's a recent one, a camera system that I think just wasn't working when they tried it out. I don't know because I called the vendor. They never called me back. So I have no idea. I have no idea what they need open, but I don't really know what the issue is there. I'm assuming there's maybe a port that's blocked or isn't open, or maybe there's not a port turned on a switch or something, and maybe there's some sort of role. The point is I don't know. But that is where I would use some of like the info that I learned here. But unfortunately that's really it. Although I do have like a really good understanding of like networking fundamentals, obviously, and network connectivity, which is something I deal with a lot. And so I guess I was just fucking lying earlier when I said I don't use it. It's just I don't feel like I use it a lot. I don't get to do stuff on the command line very much, which makes me sad because I like it because it's fun, makes me feel cool. But yeah, since that's mostly what I do. I was kind of figuring like, okay, well, what do I need then to be a network engineer? What experience am I missing? And that's, for me, I feel like it's mostly like doing physical stuff and obviously just experience, like troubleshooting different issues. But since I'm at the help desk, I don't do anything like on site. It's all remote. And so yeah, it's like, okay, well, how do I get that experience? I've been thinking about maybe like volunteering at like a church or something. Someplace that's like open on the weekends, that I can go to just for a couple of hours. But then I have to find a church that's like big enough to need an IT team or a networking team, and then they have to be like, hey, yeah, sure, you can shadow us. And so I'm not sure how easy that'll be, but I might just do it just for the like hands-on experience because like I said, I don't get to do anything, any like hands-on stuff at work. And that kind of sucks. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I had that meeting with him, and I kind of just talked about it. And I guess let him know that's like that's where I want to go. That's because I already have access to all this regular stuff, and it's like this is where I want to be. I don't want to be here at the service desk. I don't want to sit just at my desk taking fucking phone calls all day because it is grating on my soul and I don't really enjoy it too much. We've also just been having like a ton of calls this year, and it's kind of crazy. But they're bringing on someone new next month ish. Oh my god, excuse me. Sometime at the beginning of next year, they're bringing on someone else, so that'll hopefully help lighten the load. But I had that meeting with him, and then he said he was going to talk with Miguel, our director, about that. About I guess getting me more responsibilities or more opportunities for stuff like that. And then, um, that was on a Friday. The next day, on a Saturday, I applied to some, I applied for some network analyst position or something like that for, like a school, like a school district here. Um, and when I was filling out the application, they had to, I had to put down references, and I usually put down the our director, um, network manager, and the service desk lead, um, usually in that order. The director, I don't really technically I don't really work with him, but he's like our like he was our interim like manager for a little while, and you know he knows I do a good job, and so I have him down as a reference usually, and then the network manager because I shadowed with him. I should probably switch that around and do him and then the director, and then the service desk lead, which technically I work with the most. But since I'm applying for mostly networking positions, um, wouldn't really make sense to me to put him on there at like the top because he doesn't really work with me on those tickets. He just kind of like the issue comes in, I get assigned to him, and then that's it. But anyways, yeah, I applied to a job the day after that, which I've been kind of applying just like on and off recently, ever since I got the CCNA. And so I put them down as a reference, but this is the one time where they actually like they sent out like an automated email to at least to Miguel, the director. And so I came in on Monday. There was I think one of our clients, their site was down or something, and I was working on that. I don't know. It was some issue that was like kind of important, and I think I got it fixed. I can't really remember. I either got it fixed or I escalated it, and then it got fixed. But he's like, "Hey, you got a quick moment for a call?" And I was like, "Oh shit, what did I fucking do?" And he was like, "Hey, so I got some reference email or something about a reference for a job. Are you looking for a job?" And I was like, "Oh, my bad, dude, my bad." um, yeah, yeah. And so I was like, "Oh yeah." I told him I was just like putting feelers out there, and I guess that is kind of what I'm doing. Just to kind of see. I want to see if I can get an interview to see what people are looking for, so I can get a better, like I said, get a better idea of where I'm at and where I need to be, so I can, you know, I guess kind of create a path to get from here to there. But yeah, I haven't gotten any bites yet. But that might just be my resume, or it might be because I'm not applying a whole lot, or there could just be no jobs. Never, I don't know. But anyways, I'm yapping. Um, yeah, so yeah, so we had that little meeting, and he was pretty supportive. He was like, "Yeah, we want you to obviously, we'll help you get certs, and we want you to do well." But he did express that he did want to keep me there at like the company, and so hopefully, I don't know. I got the vibe that that was not good, but I've told my friends, some of my coworkers about it. They were like, "Oh, well, that's good, Now they know they got to put you somewhere." And I was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I guess you could look at it like that." And I think it's turned out well because the last week, I think it was, last week was Christmas. Yeah, last week was Christmas. I think it was that Monday. One of our clients, they were down in the morning, like they didn't have internet, and oh my God, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they didn't have internet in the morning, but then they were back up, and they wanted us to kind of figure out like, hey, what's going on here? And I was on the phone with someone from there. I can't remember who, but I went over what was up and what wasn't up, and it looked like the issue was one of the switches, like maybe it wasn't turned on or it was failing or something like that. Because they mentioned they didn't have internet, but also the phones didn't have internet, and I saw that the firewall was online, and so it was like, okay, well, obviously you do have internet, but somewhere between the firewall and all your end devices in your phone, something's not working. So it's got to be a switch or something like that, some sort of like connection or port related issue. So, man, I don't know why I started chewing gum before I did this. This is so fucking inconvenient. But yeah, and so think I messaged Retta, the network engineer. I messaged him and I was like, hey, this is what I found. This is what I think it might be. It could be something like that. And he was gonna send someone on site, and send someone on site. He ended up being the one who was gonna go on site to take a look. And then our director was like, hey, take this guy with you. And so he was like, hey, let me know when you're done with your calls. We can head over and take a look. And I was just like, okay, cool. And yeah, so I got to go on site for the first time. That was pretty cool. And look at the issue. I still don't know what the actual issue is. Their service has been fine since we went on site. The issue was that it kind of went off and then came back up on its own. And so we looked at like the ISP equipment first, and then the connections between like the ISP equipment and the firewall, and the connection from there to the switch. But it turns out they have like five or six like switches like throughout. It's a campus environment, so they have like different buildings, and they have like 5 or 6 switches there. And I only knew about 2 of them, to be honest. I only knew about 2 of them. And so we checked those. They were online. And oh yeah, that's right. That's what I saw. That's what I found out on the phone call when they originally called. I was like, okay, well the switches are showing offline through the website when I was looking at them through there. But they were online, obviously in person, and so that's what made me think it was a physical issue. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, we went on site. Everything looked good. The only thing he saw was that there was a connection between, I think, the switch and the firewall, like the first one we looked at, and instead of being like a flashing green light, it was like a steady green. And he told me that sometimes can indicate that there's a loop somewhere going on, and that and loops can cause networks to go down because they're just flooding the network with packets and shit. But yeah, and so basically what we ended up doing was we found all the switches. I don't know how we tracked them. I know he's been there, and the client that went down, they've been one of our clients for like a seriously long time. And so I think Chris was just he was just familiar with the network. And so we went to a couple different spots where the switches were, and excuse me again, I'm so sorry. The 2 main switches, those were fine. They're both, I think, Aruba switches. Yeah, and those were looking okay. And then we found, I think it was 3 more. There was another one in a room somewhere. No, there was, okay, with the second Aruba one, there was an HP switch that was connected to it. And then there was another, I think, HP switch in like a janitor's or like a staff office, something like that, in like a closet. And then we found another like tiny like TP-Link switch, and that one was in like legit like a janitor's closet somewhere. And so we basically we just turned all of them off and then back on again. And then and there was one in the main office, and the main like administrative offices. Yeah, basically what we did was we just turned them all off and back on again. And so I guess maybe they'd been on, the uptime had been too long for some of them, or some loop was created somewhere, but resetting them seemed to fix the issue. At least at this point, still not too sure. But I got to go on site. It was pretty cool. And yeah, I did realize how much there was a lot of equipment that he had when he went on site that I just don't have. Like there was like not a loose connection, but there was like a free hanging wire between the ISP equipment and the firewall, and he just had some like Velcro like straps or something in like his little toolbox that he used to, he cut them and then he put them up there. Now it's like kind of a not static, firm connection, whatever. I did not. Obviously I didn't know I was going anywhere, but all I had was my laptop. And yeah, so I guess if I do move over to like field or something, that's field services, then I would need some of that equipment. I do have like some screwdrivers, some like laptop specific ones with like different little heads. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, pretty big fan of it. But yeah, I guess if I do move over there, I would need that. I would also need a different car because I can't drive fucking super around everywhere. It's not necessarily not practical. Cars have a lot of storage space, but it's not something I want to do to my car. um, but that's it for December. Damn, I'm at 20 minutes. It's fucking crazy. I just need to learn how to shut up sometimes. But speaking of not shutting up, let me go over New Year's resolutions. I guess, or, fuck, I don't have the list of like old resolutions that I had from last year, but I do remember them. So last year, my resolutions for 2025 was I wanted to get a raise, a promotion, the CCNA, and I wanted to get in shape. And I could have sworn there was something else too. Something for my car. Probably an exhaust. Probably what I wanted, I think. I did not get the exhaust. I still do not. I still have the not stock exhaust. I still have the Borla exhaust on it, which is good. I liked it. I'm a fan of it. It's nice. I still have the stock downpipe in there as well. I do want to throw that out eventually. I put in the catless one I have. I'm definitely not in shape still. I want to say like maybe a month or a couple weeks ago, I did start kind of exercising regularly, but I still got a way to go. But I did get the other three. I did get a raise, which is kind of cheating because I get a raise during my yearly review. But I did get a substantial raise from that one, and then from another raise after I got the CCNA, which I also did, and then I also got a promotion because of that. So three for five. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So resolutions for this year. I got a lot. I'm gonna try and condense them just a little bit. Oof. So this year, career-wise, I have mainly two resolutions. One is to move into like a network-specific role. It's mainly to move out of the service desk. If I'm being completely honest, I'd like to be a network admin, but if I can get that, and I can only get to like field service tech, that's cool with me too. I'm fine with doing that. The other thing I want to get done this year is I want to get more certifications. And specifically, I got 3 in mind. Getting any of them will kind of count for me. I want to get the AZ 800 and 801, which is to be like a Microsoft Azure admin. One of my coworkers, he already has the 800, and another one of them is studying for the 800, and it doesn't look like it's that bad. Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm so unhealthy. But the AZ 800 seems to be mostly like administering environments that I already work with. So I don't think that one's going to be too bad. The 801, I don't know what the 801 goes over. I assume more of the same, but like more in-depth or extra stuff. But another one of my coworkers, the same one who already has the 800, he was studying for the 801 and he took the test a couple of times. He's told me it is unpassable and it's very hard. So I am looking forward to that. I don't know if it's actually that hard because he took I think the 700 or the 701, whatever like the step up is after that, and he passed it first try. So I don't know, maybe it's the test. Maybe the test is weird. But that one I do want to get. That'll be pretty good. It'll get me, at least put me in a position to get more like admin or like a sysadmin role, which would be pretty cool. Because I only have the CCNA, which is it's cool. It's a cool cert. I keep looking over there because it used to be over there, but now I think it's in that mess on my bed. Yeah, I want to get some more certifications to just kind of bolster it, because I feel like CCNA shows that I'm a good tech, but it doesn't show like everything that I'm good at. So that's why I want to go for the AZ 800. The other one I'm thinking about is the Security Plus, and I'm thinking about doing that one after getting the 2 AZ 800 and 801. Mostly because it's fucking expensive. It's like over $400 just to fucking take the test, which is crazy. I've heard it's easy from my other coworkers, especially I compared to the CCNA. But like I said, it's like 400 fucking dollars. And for perspective, the other two Azure certs that I mentioned, those are $160 each, I think, just to take the test, which is so much fucking better. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that, and then if I get both of those, I know I got a pay raise, and then with that extra money, I might be able to afford to take the Security Plus. Um, and then after that, I'm gonna look into either the CCNP or the. I recently learned one of our engineers. I was talking with him about the certs he has and what he's going for, and he's going for a certified Kubernetes administrator, and he kind of explains some of like what it is. Oh, big stretch. But then that one sounds kind of cool. And he says the minimum pay is like $100 something thousand to start there. So yeah, that sounds good too, I guess. But yeah, those are the three certs I'm looking to get this year. Let's see, outside of career, finance wise, I got some financial goals this year. Get another raise. It's obviously a goal. One thing I want to start doing is I want to start saving, and also kind of trying to put myself in a position where sometime in the next 2 to 4 years I can afford an R34 GTR. That's like the top of my mountain. That's what I make money for. And so it's obviously it's an expensive car. I keep an eye on them just because they pop up a lot. Obviously, because I'm interested in it. They pop up a lot online whenever I'm looking at stuff. And for a decent one, or for like the average price one that I see, that's like kind of decent, is like around $150,000, which isn't bad. Some of the top rank ones the ones I see on Top Rank Importers, they have some good ones there that are only like only like 170 or 180,000, and those are pretty good, pretty decent ones. And then if I look on other sites, or like if one comes up for like on auctions, the prices, they tend to be way lower. Just obviously because there's not as much of you can't I don't know how to put it into words, but like once the once the prices of them started like climbing up, they've since came down. They hit their peak already, and now they're kind of coming down to kind of a normal level. And I think they're slowly evening out like that. And I think with auctions, like if you see them come up on an auction site like Bring a Trailer or Cars and Bids, shout out my boy Doug DeMuro. The ones on there, they don't get up that crazy. I think they get up to like usually like $140,000. And I think that's kind of where they're like tapering towards that like 150 or 140 ones, just for decent ones, you know. Obviously like the higher end ones, the more limited specs, like like V-Spec 2, I don't know about V-Spec 2s, but any like M-Spec or V-Spec 2 NER, the M-Spec 2, or the crazy like any Midnight Purple or Millennium Jade, those are probably going to be around $200,000, maybe a little north of that. But that's for like, those are the special edition ones. They're always going to be kind of pricey. And I could give a fuck about those. If I had all the money in the world, I would have a V-Spec 2 NER in Millennium Jade, but I don't have that kind of money. Anyways, yeah, I want to be able to afford one of those in like 2 to 4 years. And to do that, I'm going to need money saved for a down payment. And then I'm also going to need money saved to afford the monthly payments after that. Unless I want to just save and like buy it all in a lump sum, but that's kind of hard. So I need more money. And so financially this year, I want to kind of start putting myself on a path where I have like a position where I can kind of afford that. So that means I'm just saying, like, I want to start working hard so I can afford this car in like a set amount of time, which is what I've already been doing. But now I'm putting it out there into the ether and saying it. So I guess that makes it more certain or something like that, you know. Accountability, I guess. But that's the main financial goals. In terms of more tangible things that I want to do this year, I really would like to pay off at least one of my credit cards. I only got two. I got two credit cards and a line of credit. I don't really use any of them anymore, but their monthly payments are grating, and I hate them. I hate them very much. Fuck banks. But paying off at least one of those shouldn't be too bad. With my tax return and with the bonus I get from work, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to pay off one of them, maybe one, and like half of another one, which is pretty good because that'll give me more free money on a monthly basis, and then I can use that extra money to pay off everything else faster, and then that'll leave me more room, and then I can pay off my car faster, and then this and that. It's a cycle, you know. It's small changes making a big difference over time. It's just not very interesting or fun, which sucks. I might refinance my car. I don't know how that works, but if I can somehow get it to a lower monthly payment, that would be cool. The only thing that concerns me about that is refinancing it and getting a lower monthly payment. The obvious, to me, the only way that I know to do that would be to just extend the loan amount or extend like the time period of it. And so I might end up paying more over time, or just having that monthly payment for longer, which kind of sucks, and I don't really want to do that. But anyways, that's it for financial stuff. Only got two more. Stick with me. Car wise, stuff I want to do. Everything I'm about to say very much goes against any of my financial goals. But I do want to get some new rims for my car. Specifically, I want to get some fucking chrome wheels. There's only two sets of rims I want. Dream wheel is a set of BBS LMs in chrome, or even like just the regular like diamond something. Like it's not chrome, but it's like flat not polished aluminum, but it's like brushed aluminum or something like that. I'd be cool with just that. If I get some chrome ones, I think that would be fucking sick. But that's like almost $10,000 for a set of wheels and tire for those wheels, and then I want to get Michelin's too for the tires. So that's like 10 grand. So that's probably not going to happen this year. But one thing I might be able to do is Apex VRS 5 or V5 RS. I don't know. Apex has some like they're like these 10-spoke wheels. I don't know how to describe them. These Apex wheels that I've seen they look pretty cool. They're I want to say it's like the VRS or the V5S or something like that. I don't know. I've seen a blue Porsche that had some gray ones that look sick, and then I've seen this at a car meet. I saw a black Camaro with chrome Apex with the wheels, but they were chrome. So fucking sick, and they're significantly cheaper than the than the LMs, and so I think I might see if I can do that. If not, that's okay. I don't really mind. One thing I do want to do, it's on the list again, is to get the SP1R exhaust. Yeah, still want it. It's still like a 10-month or 8-month like waiting period for it. I feel like every time as each year goes by, the wait for that exhaust just gets longer and longer. But it looks sick. It sounds sick. That's on there. And then also car related, I do want to get a daily driver, and specifically I'd like to get a station wagon. Practically my best option is going to be probably a Volvo. That's kind of what I'm looking at, getting a Volvo, maybe something from like the mid to late 2000s. I just like the way those ones kind of look, and they're still kind of affordable, and they last a while. I would love to get a Nissan Sagia. I think that would be pretty cool. There's one for sale here at a dealership near the airport for like I think 15,000, something like that. But that's it's a big decision. As someone who already quickly made another poor decision getting the Supra, I feel like I should, be careful when I go buy another car. So that is something I'm excited about, and something I do want to look into. Probably going to be a Volvo station wagon, but it'll be a daily driver, and I won't be running up the miles on my car, which would be cool. That's it for the cars. After I get that car, maybe I'll tune the Supra afterwards. Maybe. I know that shit's getting cheap now. Other stuff I want to do. I'm still gonna put eating healthier and getting in better shape. I'm still gonna put that on there just because it's good to have it. I feel like I got a better shot this year. I don't know. We'll see in a year, I guess. I do want to read more. I got a whole lot of books for Christmas. I got some good ones. Right now, I gotta finish this one book. I've heard it's a red flag, but Atomic Habits. I think it's pretty. I don't know. I like the stuff in there. I'm almost done with it, and after that, I can start on all the other stuff. I actually got some cool ones. I can't remember the names of them at the moment, but I think ones like The Myth of Sisyphus and Other Essays. I think another one's called Red Sun or something like that. And it's by this Japanese guy or something, some like controversial Japanese figure. It sounded cool though, and I can't remember the name of the other one. It's like computer structure. It's like Gothic computer structures or something like that. I don't know. I heard it's a hard book, but it's got some cool themes in there. So yeah, got some books I want to read. That's something I want to do more this year. And then I'd like to learn to cook a little bit. Right now, I'm pretty good at working the microwave, but I do want to learn to like cook food. I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool to good to have, And then I'd like to learn to fry scream, like I'm in an emo band. I think that would also be pretty neat. But that is it. Sabrina, do you want to say bye? She's sleepy. She had a long night of running around and breaking shit. So she's got to rest so she can do it again tonight. Yeah, okay. That's it. Bye.